So what happens if this episode breaks all the Mystery Crate records for listeners and viewership?
I mean, if you're watching on video right now, you're looking at Taylor's smiling face.
Smug little face.
He's in the Fuentes seat today. Are you nervous? How you feeling? We're going to make you talk right away.
I'm not nervous. This is like coaching the Olympics where I just have to let you guys take the ball and let you do the rest. I'll kind of just step back.
Fuentes doesn't play that.
So
Yeah,
you're
that's
saying
not
you're
the
Steve
Fuentes
Kerr.
model.
You're saying you're Cheryl Reeve and you're a Hall of Fame coach right now.
I'm Steve Kerr instead of trying to be Steph Curry.
Who is the Jason Tatum of this group? You're not going to let him in the lineup. I guess it's Ethan. You think the audience likes when we name drop just like random
Yeah,
people
they
all
do.
the time? You
Yeah,
think
they
do?
liked me a lot more when you guys name dropped me before I started actually speaking on the air.
Well, it's not. I mean, I'm not saying you did it to yourself,
Yeah,
but you
but-
did introduce your character as guy who makes dad jokes right off the bat.
Well, first I was introduced as a heat expert and then very quickly undermined as
That's what we do, bro.
not a heat expert.
Heat homer.
Yeah, as a homer. And so that quickly turned, and then it was like, well, what do I do now? I guess I'll just be myself, and that hasn't worked out so well either.
The polar opposite of that is Rose. It seems like everybody loves her now.
Oh, yeah. Put her on the air. She should be the star of everything that we do, in my
She's our
opinion.
Tyrese Halliburton.
Has Rose ever been on air?
Oh yeah. Did you watch the hockey show?
Hockey show, come on.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, thanks, Amin.
Yeah, I forgot. I mean, other than the hockey show.
Well,
Yeah.
Rose does on that show what Taylor's doing today and what Fuentes doesn't do. She lays out. She lets the talent run.
Oh man.
Is this a Fuentes bashing
gonna
party?
be
now?
The roast of Mike Fuentes, except normally the person getting roasted gets to go to the roast and they get their moment to talk back. But where is he? Is he Kansas City or something?
Yeah, he's.
He's out and about doing some Mike Fuentes things. You know what I mean?
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
Are you guys kind of done with this? Is it Ooze? This
Secret?
Pearlman guy.
Oh my God! Thank you
Can we talk
so
about this?
much
Secret of the Ooze?
for
Is that
saying
the boom people?
No,
No.
Oh.
That's
no.
boom. That's Big AJ.
And they're right now. They're like at their peak descending.
yes.
I would
Really?
say,
Okay, for-
the boom people.
I know what this
Well,
is.
the behind-the-scenes
but
thing
for the
happened.
people who don't know,
I don't know. Tell me what it is.
Well, there's
please.
Big AJ.
Oh no, we're not
No,
doing
what's
another
the- no,
episode of these.
I know
no,
the-
no
AJ
more,
and
no
Big
more,
Justin.
no more.
Who's was on our
You
show
brought us
last
there.
year?
I was joking.
Is it really?
Oh, I remember.
It's
Ooze.
OZ, but
It's
it's
Ooze Pearlman. He's the guy. He's
Yeah.
like the magician guy. He
mentalist.
goes to all these teams.
Oh, yes. Yeah,
and
I
he
remember him.
he all of a sudden the Texas A&M quarterback has a card that in his shoe.
His name's Oz, isn't it?
No, it's not Oz.
It's
It's
Ooze,
spelled
yeah.
Oz.
we
but it's
called
not.
him Oz last year.
Everyone's called him Oz.
I'm telling you.
If
I'm
it's
with
only
Chris.
one
No,
O,
it's 1,000% not
Oz.
Oz.
Hold
it's
on.
spelled Oz.
He was on the Jets
This is
Hard
the
Knocks
mentalist
last
guy?
year.
Yes.
Yes.
I think it's Oz.
It's Ooze Pearlman.
I'm telling
Google
you.
how to pronounce
You think it's Oz because it's spelled OZ. but
I'm
it's
not telling
pronounced
you how
that.
to pronounce it. I'm telling you when
I'm
he
just
was a
asking you
guest
to.
on Lebatard. Yeah, good job.
I'm
Good
telling
job.
you, how would you like to
When he
pronounce
was on Lebatard Show last year, we called him Oz the entire time, and nobody corrected us.
I'm not sure that's true. I'm
with
pretty sure
Chris.
he would have.
No, 100%.
it? Yeah, that's exactly what happened.
Okay, regardless, it's not pronounced Oz. We were dumb then. If that's what we did, we shouldn't have done that. But about this guy, like, all right, so either this guy is a warlock who is just not human, or he's got everyone. It's the biggest ruse ever, and the Texas A&M quarterback's in on it.
There's no way he's in on
How
it.
did the card get in that guy's shoe?
I don't know.
All right, let's break the fourth wall. It's obviously not real magic. Okay, we don't believe.
What?
Nobody out here actually believes that he magically put the card in his shoe.
Kayfabe over here.
So is it like, does he have an assistant that goes into the locker room and is like, oh, I think those are the quarterback shoes. I'm going to slide the card. Like, I need to know, is the quarterback in on it?
I changed my mind. He has to be in on it.
Like,
So the whole trick. So he was at college Texas A&M College Station for like this thing with the Texas A&M football team, and like I feel like every year football
does it.
season comes around and there's some big feature with this guy where he goes to a
Yeah.
locker room and like freaks out all the players with his tricks. And so he did it with the Texas A&M quarterback. He was like, think of a card, blah blah blah,
Yeah.
and then the card he was like, take off your shoe, and the card was in the shoe. And then he's like, who are you going to call to tell about the story? And he was like, my friend Carrie. And then
The card-
he's like, look at the back of the card.
it says Carrie.
It says Carrie.
So like,
But
it's like the crazy like this
But
guy's
do you
a
think
warlock.
He's that good of an actor, the quarterback?
That's what I'm saying. So it's like, what's happening? So the real, what really is happening
Magic
here?
does freak me
No,
out.
because I know what's happening here. What's happening here is
Chris
he's got
is
like
so
a
fired up. I love
Pearlman's
it.
got a whole team, and he
Ooze.
somehow gets access where he like tells a clubhouse guy, he's like, look, I need to get in this clubhouse, and like I just let me in here. Like
put a
it's just,
card in the
I bet
shoe.
you it's a vague thing where it's like we want to do a bit. Like that has to be the explanation. I just don't. How does he get the card in the shoe, Taylor? That's what I need to know.
Mike Fuentes would know because he knows a
Taylor's
little bit
laying
about
out.
everything.
Yeah.
Or he'd just lie and make up an answer.
I'm just done with him.
I don't
done
know.
with Pearlman.
Me
the
too.
latter.
I have an update. His name is Oz, not
Oz.
Ooze.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
I was like, there's no way his name was
There's no
Ooze.
way his name was Ooze, and we
didn't
didn't
have
know his
any-
name was
So
Ooze.
I just knew it wasn't Oz.
That pronunciation wrong now.
I just
Oz.
knew. I know it's spelled Oz, but I know it's not
Well,
Oz.
let's-
That's all I know.
And it's not Ooze, apparently.
Roy, let's be clear. Everyone was wrong.
Yeah.
No one knows how to pronounce
I
his
could
name.
argue that I was
They
the most
said it was
right,
Oz. He said it was Ooze. I was like, I think Chris is right because I know it's not Oz.
Thank you.
To be fair, if it were Oz, I definitely would go.
What does that mean?
Banana.
So it's not
Oh,
O's.
okay.
Is it O's? It's not O's.
Got it.
The guy from Law and Order was always nude in that show.
Yeah, Keller.
Yeah.
His name was Chris
Stabler?
Keller.
Yeah.
Elliot
Wait,
Stabler.
really?
Elliot Stabler's name
He's
was Chris
naked in
Keller.
Oz?
A lot.
You can see his penis like every other episode.
Lots of.
Yeah.
Lots of.
That character in particular, he was always just walking naked.
He was like he was a little predatory. Like
Yeah,
you didn't
he
know
was-
whether he was.
Not
He
okay.
was in a prison.
Yeah,
so he's
I know.
not a
It's
good
like
guy.
I've never seen it. I know it's like scary.
It's a heavy show.
It was a little before my time in that it was a show that I knew would make me afraid, so I didn't watch it. Not that like the subject matter I was necessarily like too young for, but I was like, oh, I'm too young to be this scared.
How
old were you?
It's
When did it come out? 2004.
No, Oz was like 2000, 99,
Yeah.
I'm
2000.
telling
Then
you,
I was 6.
It's the perfect.
Yeah,
it was like
shouldn't be watching shows with penises.
it was like me in high school, like late at night. Like I shouldn't be watching this.
I'll tell you, I remember telling my dad, "Hey, there's a show about prison. It's called Oz. It's really good." He said, "Yeah, but you know, they don't probably depict prison like it really is." I'm like, "No, Dad, it's a pretty realistic depiction of prison." He's like,
Yeah.
"No, I mean, like there are things that happen in prison that they wouldn't put in a TV show." I was like, "No, Dad, they've got it all." He's like, no, you don't understand. I mean, things happen in prison that are kind of like that. You don't. I'm like, yeah,
They feature that.
they have that too, Dad.
You're a
He's like,
grown
"No, no."
man at this point, right?
Yes, and he's like, no. He's got this. Oh, this poor, sweet, innocent child. Look at it. He said, sometimes, I mean, when people go to prison, men start to look at other men like they're women because they haven't been out in so long. And I said, yeah, Dad, they have that too. He's like, what? I'm like, yes, I'm telling you, it's the most realistic depiction of prison, and it is singularly the reason why I've always said, if I ever have to go to prison, put me in solitary. Keep me away from everybody.
God.
Everybody.
You don't want to play the game.
I'd go crazy.
Back to
Absolutely not.
O's.
That J.K. Simmons.
Ooze.
character. Oh, boy.
J.K. Simmons, another penis you saw in that
Yep.
show.
Yeah. He was a big time white supremacist.
He was like the leader of
the leader of the
whites.
Aryan Nation.
Yeah.
Jeez.
The cast on that show, by the way,
Oh, yeah.
phenomenal.
The guy from the chaos guy, the insurance commercial guy.
Yes.
The chaos. That was like one of the main.
Ryan
characters.
O'Reilly.
Yeah. Ryan O'Reilly.
And his brother, you know how they have the one, it came out like a couple months ago. It's like, you and your brother are fighting. It's like, no, this is out of bounds, whatever. The brother.
That brother was crazy. That was like
He was
the
a
most
boxer.
memorable character of like that dude.
Yeah.
That guy was terrifying.
He was on Oz too. I'll tell you who else was on Oz. Luis Guzman. He played the
Oh, yeah,
the
that's right.
leader of the Hispanic gang.
That dude was in everything in the 90s and like
was.
early 2000s.
Ernie Hudson.
Ernie Hudson was the warden. That's right.
Yep.
Dude, Oz had a cast.
Yeah,
Yeah.
dude.
O's. I mean O's. Back to O's. Do you think everyone else is also like, I'm sick of this guy, or is it just us?
I think I need is because he's done this to dozens of teams at this point. I need someone to come out and be like, there was funny business here. Because even with us, he tried to like pre-interview us, but it wasn't past a certain line where it was like, tell me the answer.
Right.
He would just like ask us questions, and it
Yeah.
was like he definitely wanted to pre-interview people so he could like get information. Like I'm sure he talked to Weigman at some point and was like, who's your best friend? Weigman, whatever. And see the look. Did I say it wrong?
No, actually, it's been a point of contention because a lot of people
Fowler was saying it like
are
different ways.
unsure. Yes, if it's Wigman or Wegman. I thought it was Wigman, but then throughout the game, I really started to. It's an O's situation.
Yeah, all I know is he stinks, and that Taylor gave it to me as his play of the year. Sorry.
Okay, I no.
How do you have a play of the year week one?
It's tough to lose your player of the year week one.
Why are you?
I don't know where you go from
Why
here.
are you putting yourself out there? Week
Why are
one?
you listening to Taylor
I don't
about
know,
a game
it's
a
like-
team that I have watched every single game of for the last
like
30 years is playing in,
But-
and I'm telling you, don't bet on it.
I feel
don't
like
bet on
Notre
it.
Dame, you're gonna get a little emotional with me, whereas he's not connected
No,
to that. I
Notre
wouldn't-
Dame, I'm more like, oh, we're gonna lose. I hate my life.
Well,
oh
see,
my god,
that's
we
emotional
suck.
though. Like I'm not asking
But
for
the
North
other way,
Carolina.
but I was like saying, don't do it,
Yeah.
because like even throughout all my negativity, I have a pretty good
Yeah.
feeling.
I didn't
Dame
ask him
should win.
specifically for that game. I just was like, "What do you like?" And he goes, "Texas A&M money line, play of the year." Well, how am I not going to put the bet in if I see that?
I also know it lost, but I'll die on the hill that was the right play.
Oh my god,
How is that possible?
He was so bad,
Okay.
dude. That quarterback.
Nobody could have seen how bad Conor
Well,
Weigman was going to be.
back to O's.
Yeah.
a lot of Texas A&M fans were writing on the message boards after
That's
the
the
game.
reason he was rattled from
They
that.
saw that game day feature where
Yeah.
he was freaking out
Yes.
about the
Yeah.
O's thing and the card
card.
in the shoe, and they were like, "Uh-oh."
Yeah.
He doesn't seem like very confident
Nice. Good job, Jeremy. I'll
Thanks.
support you.
at all.
But
I got to laugh.
it's just, I don't know. It's just don't put yourself out there. Play of the year week 1. Like I would have taken it if you just said I like him.
All right, so we're back to Fuentes and Taylor are here right now, equal. Taylor was here, and now Chris Cote putting him down the rankings a little bit.
But what we were talking about, we need somebody who's been oozed
Like someone in the Jets locker room from last year on
to
Hard
come out
Knocks.
and be like, all right, he asked, like, I'm going to be honest, he asked me, blah, blah, blah. But you haven't heard anyone do that.
But,
So
like,
this
there's-
guy might be a warlock.
There's no follow-ups. Like he predicted the Jets were going to be in the Super Bowl, and they were very much not in the Super
Did
Bowl.
he actually predict that?
Yeah,
Did
on Hard Knocks.
Yep.
Wow, pandering.
No one ever
Predictions. That's
goes
why no
back
one
and
goes-
is like, you know what?
They're like, he was so
Ooze
nice,
was
we're not going
wrong.
to blow up his spot.
But in the moment,
I'll tell you guys.
come on, man.
That remember he made us do like something with the money and write something on money or whatever. He told me to hold up the bill before the show. Could you hold up the camera? And I think that's when he saw like the serial number right there. He screenshotted it right there, whatever. So like there are some things like you just have to know what to look
So you're
for.
saying magic is not real?
well, it was very impressive. Like he did our interview over Zoom.
Other than the magic of friendship.
Which is crazy. Yeah.
Like over Zoom, I get it. Like that's hard to be
it's
a
all
warlock
about distraction,
over Zoom.
right? You're like, oh, look at this way.
Yeah.
Well, I'm doing something over here. The prestige.
I hate to be the guy that's like, hey, magician, tell me how you do your magic trick. But I'm just over this. Because every other magic trick, I kind of, as a Magic Cam veteran, like if you put a handkerchief.
You went to Magic Cam?
Yeah, I did. If
What?
you
What do you
put a
do?
handkerchief in
That's
your
how I learned how
hand
to
and it
dribble.
disappears, I know where it is
Wait,
because I know how that trick is done.
How are you putting the handkerchief away? Show me that
Really?
again. Okay. There
Okay.
you go.
Yeah.
Now,
one does.
I'm wondering on your TikTok algorithm, do you have magic revealed? Because that's part of my.
I
algorithm.
don't. I probably will now.
Magic reveal.
Oh my god, it's so great. These like
I'm in
they'll-
on this.
They
Did you
wear
get
masks.
kicked out of the Magicians Alliance?
yeah,
like
there was
in
a guy that got
Arrested
kicked out of the
Development?
Magic
Breaking the
Castle because of
magician's
it.
code.
That's why they wear the masks when they do it. They show,
Wait, what? They're like
Yeah.
anonymous?
They show. Yep. They wear a mask, and I'm saying they because I don't know whether it's a he or she or they
Yeah.
or them. So it's a they. So and they put on a mask, and then they do the tricks. They show you how the tricks are done, like the way they palm the cards and all.
Do they
types of-
modulate their voices?
A little bit, yeah.
Oh my god! I hope I get on this
frog.
algorithm now.
Yeah, say it a couple more times.
I am
and we'll all
interested in
be
watching
on it.
that. I am interested in that.
Magic.
I mean, I
Do you guys
started
not know
getting-
how the handkerchief thing gets? Like you guys, that's
I know
like
that one.
Everyone knows that
What's
trick.
that one?
You want to know actually? Should I put on a
Spoiler
I know how to do
alert.
it, but
Spoiler
Amin
alert.
doesn't
Hold on.
know.
Yeah,
Spoiler
like you're
alert.
gonna
Yeah,
you're
mask.
gonna get kicked out of
If
the.
your young children are around,
Illusions, Michael.
It's a fake. It's a fake
for
thumb.
whores.
It's a fake thumb. It's a fake thumb.
yeah, it's a
fake
fake
thumb?
It's like a little like plastic looking fake thumb that you have in your hand. So now when you put the thing in your last one, you put the thumb in,
And then
now
you
you're
cut off your thumb?
No, your thumb
Yeah.
goes into like a fake.
And what happens to your real thumb?
You just like you kind of like
You
go
don't
like
have one.
this and
Wait,
you hold
it
it like this,
disappears.
and people don't notice.
So the
that you're
handkerchief
wearing-
goes inside the fake
Inside
thumb.
your
Goes
thumb.
inside.
Why isn't the
Inside
thumb
the
like
thumb.
massive? Like it's like.
because when you're doing this
get rid of
afterwards,
your other
it
thumb.
looks it's like skin colored and it
but
looks.
wouldn't
You
it
don't
be
just sit
huge?
there
It
and
has
let
a
people
handkerchief.
examine
and then
inside
afterwards,
the
and then when you're about to, you want it to reappear again, you quickly grab the thumb, and now it's back in your hand.
It's
and
a
you go,
gout-ridden thumb.
What if you have a mole on your thumb?
You have to get a fake thumb with a mole on it, probably.
It's one of the sadder tricks. Like if you know the trick and you know what to look for, you always see the magician's thumb, and it's like, oh, that's clearly a fake
Can
thumb.
I give a spoiler alert
Thumb.
for a magic trick? I had a magic set as a child one time, and spoiler alert, if no one wants this trick revealed. So it was like you get like a styrofoam cup, and then you pour a drink into it, and then you put a pencil through it, and then it's like, wow, how is it that this doesn't work, right? And it's because there was like an insert in said cup that looked almost like a like one of the individual packets of Pringles that's like
Yeah.
curved or whatever, and then you poke it through the part that's curved. Now I miscalculated and I stabbed the insert, and I was like, I have a magic trick, water's not going to come out of this thing, or I did like soda or something so you couldn't see it. I'm like, I have a magic trick, soda's not going to come out, and I went psh, and then all of the soda came out, and I'm like, magic's
get in
not
big
for
trouble?
me. Yeah, oh yeah, they were not happy with me. Magic was not for me.
No.
I botched it.
Welcome to Mystery Crate.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah, woo.
I saw that there was one, now that since we're ruining magic, there was one like Vegas thing once where it's like these people have been moved, teleported from one they're standing in a box here, and now they're all of a sudden in this one, and it was like they were all twins.
It's always
David
twins,
Copperfield.
It was
right?
all
Like that's the
twins.
big
That was the big reveal.
I mean, I feel like we've talked about this before, right? Carbonaro has a twin, like secret twin,
Yes,
right? Like
yeah.
we know that he has to have a twin.
Yeah, because there's no other way he can do any of these things.
Yeah.
By the way, the Carbonaro effect, his number one audience is black people. Have you guys
Yeah.
What
noticed
is
that?
that?
I think we've
Carbonaro
done
effect?
this already.
It was
Oh,
on.
my bad.
It was on True TV. I don't know if it's still on.
It was
or not.
like the show that was on when Impractical Jokers wasn't.
Yes.
basically.
Exactly.
It's
I'm
the best way to
intrigued.
describe
That's like one
it.
of the first shows on that channel.
Really?
No, I'm asking.
Oh no! But I think the first shows were like world's wildest police chases or whatever.
We're not
Yeah,
talking about
like with
pasta.
Danny
This is a
Bonaducci.
person.
Yeah, Carbonaro. Yeah, no, Carbonaro. is a guy.
Carbonaro.
Carbonaro.
Not Carbonaro.
Carbonaro is if you're from Chicago or Wisconsin
am.
or somewhere like that. Just like
Oh my God.
Lewis earlier said he wants to do Shaka Khan. I can play some Shaka Khan. I said, where are you from?
Shaka Khan.
America's
Shaka,
Heartland?
Shaka Khan.
Carbonaro Effect, an
Yeah.
unscripted series in which he deceives, amazes, and amuses unsuspecting public.
Unsuspecting black people.
Yeah.
It did seem to be a theme with him.
Black people react well to magic. Like they give the reactions that TV really wants.
Harrison Ford was on that show, right?
What?
No, he wasn't.
No.
Harrison Ford was?
Yeah, I thought.
I don't
thought
think
he may
so.
have deceived Harrison Ford in that show.
Not on the
Wait,
show.
hold on. David Blaine performs for Harrison Ford.
There you go. David Blaine.
I don't see
What
anything
was that
about
supposed to mean?
Carbonaro.
No, Carbonaro. All he does.
Why'd
is,
you confuse the two of them?
I don't know, man. It was a magic show. I don't know.
It's very possible he was also on the Carbonaro Effect.
It is impossible that Harrison Ford was on the Carbonaro Effect.
I've never heard of
Oh.
it till today. So
Speaking of Harrison Ford, I recently binged through Shrinking on Apple TV,
Oh yeah.
and I have to say we got Bill Lawrence.
Bill Owens was in on Thursday.
was on Thursday. I'm glad I got to bring up to him that show made me feel feelings.
Aw.
Remember
Does
feelings?
that happen?
I'm
often?
sorry.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
a
like when you were a
14-year-old.
kid.
Yeah, like
You'd be on my like list of top 10 people that I associate with a lot that I wouldn't imagine has a lot of those.
feelings.
Who else is on that list?
Me.
No,
I like Roy just
anger is a
answering
feeling,
for
Roy.
Not that I don't think of you to be like a caring person. I just like I you don't seem like too emotional with things.
Sentimental. You're just not. You don't like people to see a sentimental side of you.
I don't have sentiments.
Oh.
Like it's
sure
true.
don't.
Like
I don't.
diagnosed?
Like I know you don't do birthdays, but for your kids you do. Like on their
I-
birthdays, are you like,
I-
oh, happy birthday, woo?
I do purely for like
like
a
that.
developmental. Like it's not. There's no part of me that's like I really want them to feel special. I don't want them to grow up to be axe murderers. So
Yeah.
I make them have a regular childhood. That's why I
I
celebrate.
mean,
the
Woody
birth-
probably had birthdays.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Look,
What did Renee call Roy earlier this week? Mr. Grump?
Mr.
Yeah.
Grumps.
It's a good name for a cat.
It kind of is.
Yeah.
Cats are usually grumpy.
I actually met a really nice cat the other day.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Willow became friends with a cat. She's
Wow.
always been. We talked last week on Mystery Crate how she's afraid of cats. She made a friend with a cat this week.
So not all
Growth.
cats are evil.
No.
My cats
Very
are
good kitty.
sweethearts, man. Don't you dare call them evil.
Jeremy has
they
cats.
are.
They're
Why am I
so
not surprised?
cute.
Come on, man. It's on brand. Everything I do is on brand.
You know what I don't?
Whatever you assume about me, it's true.
If I have to say one negative thing about coners, I think
What?
cat
Cat
owners.
owners.
Cat owners.
I think that
Come on,
Sorry,
guys.
my bad.
they are
Kinda-
so quick to like judge the way you are around their cat.
Not at all.
Like when I go over my buddy John's house, they have a new cat, and they're always analyzing how I am around their cat. It's like, ooh, like I'll walk by and not pet it, and they're like, oh, you don't like cats? It's just like, relax. You don't do this with your dog.
Yeah,
all right?
just exist.
Just let me be. Let the cat be.
I
like,
actually agree
I do
with
do
you.
it with my dog though. If people come over and they're kind of weird, I'm like, what's that about?
But I'm telling you, coners do it more than donors.
Let me
You
just
think
say
so?
right now,
Yeah.
Coners
'Cause I feel like people really judge you if you don't like dogs, where people assume you don't like cats.
I gotta
Yeah.
tell you right now, Coners sounds like a slur. I don't know towards whom. Well,
Cyclone fans, coners.
oh, he called me the C word.
Whoa.
You said all of that. I didn't, for the record, didn't say any of that.
Yeah, I'm right here looking at you.
How's this going for you, Taylor?
Yeah.
It's going well.
Is it?
I have a magic story.
Oh.
Oh boy.
I went to.
I wish it was going
Las
to be Penny
Vegas.
Hardaway.
I went to Las Vegas.
I had bet Paolo Banchero Rookie of the Year, and it was my Player of the Year, and it didn't hit.
Oh, Scott
Not a
Skiles.
best
over here.
fake, Taylor.
Clip that. I went to Las Vegas. My parents took me and my sister there for a family vacation where they basically just put you in the hotel.
Good parenting.
And then they go out at night.
How old were you?
Amazing.
second grade.
They
First
do-
or second.
Oh my
grade.
God.
No,
First or second
in
grade.
his parents' defense, Vegas does have good pools.
Yes, and
Yeah.
we did a
You can
lot
have a
during
great
the
pool
day.
I've been to Vegas with
Leave
my
your
parents.
children alone at a Vegas pool.
yeah, I
I,
don't
think
think-
that goes
he's a New
without
Yorker.
saying.
Well, no, your parents are going with you.
Yeah.
Yo, Taylor said I was left in my hotel room alone as a second grader.
Exactly
And
right.
Chris's response was, to be fair, great pools.
Good
No,
pools.
they do have good pools. I went there as a kid with my parents.
And we were staying at the Mirage Hotel, and the first night we got there,
R.I.P.
we were so tired, and Siegfried and Roy,
Because my parents drugged us.
Siegfried and Roy.
Siegfried and
Wow,
Roy,
it
You
was
make it a
still
Z.
doing it.
It's not a Z.
Zerbia.
Yeah, you made it Zerbia. It's Siegfried and Roy.
Siegfried and
Yeah,
Roy.
yeah.
The night we got there, we didn't do anything because we were so tired from the flight.
Yeah.
Was the night he got attacked.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
So you could have seen it.
Perhaps.
Oh my God!
Wow.
What a
Almost
missed
saw
opportunity.
the Siegfried
I don't know
and Roy
what would have
attack.
been worse parenting, leaving you alone in the hotel room or taking you to see someone get mauled by a tiger.
Whatever happened? Were they okay after that? What?
I don't think
I'll
so.
look it up.
What happened? I remember that story. Oh,
I think the
God.
show ended after that.
Really?
Yes.
I like
It was
that.
just Roy. And we're
No,
six-
no, he's not dead. He got mauled, but he didn't die.
No, one of
He
them
didn't die
died.
during that, but I think
Oh
one
my
of them
God.
recently passed away.
That would be so traumatizing to see as a child.
Hell
What
no.
year would roughly that
I'd
have
be,
been?
I'd be come back
Like
to
2002.
for the tiger.
2001 or 2002.
Yeah.
Dude, I come back to school like, guys, you're not gonna believe what the hell I just saw this weekend.
I
Oh,
would be traumatized.
You guys went to the water park? Oh, that's cute.
They're both no longer with us.
But
Tiger got 'em
what were
all,
the
huh?
extent of the injuries that Taylor almost witnessed?
Horn survived, but the attack severed his spine, resulting in massive blood loss and severely injuring other parts of his body. Left him with permanent impairment to his motor and verbal abilities. He also then had a stroke while being dragged off stage.
So
Oh my
Roy was the one that was
God.
attacked.
Terrible
Holy
time for a
shit.
stroke.
Yeah.
It's just like we're already having like the worst day.
Probably
and it's just
related.
Well, I think they were probably.
I would guess.
Yeah, related.
I think it was
I don't know if Chris is
coincidence.
doing a better
Bad
job.
timing.
You guys don't know.
But how were the pools?
The pools are great in Vegas. Have you ever been to a Vegas pool?
Wait,
They're
hold
all
on.
great.
Hold on. I love the
gondolas
idea of
ride.
like him getting mauled. Like, oh, this day couldn't get any worse. Like, oh no, I can't feel my left side.
mean-
I smell burning toes. Here we go.
By the way, it was Roy who was attacked. Roy Horn,
Oh, it's not Siegfried.
Steve Martin.
not Siegfried.
Zig. We'll be back.
Will we?
I don't think we know that the stroke was related to the attack. Do
It's
we?
impossible to know.
How, like what? All right. So, have you ever been attacked by? You ever been stung by a bee, Jeremy?
is just a coincidence?
Oh, all the time you hear, this guy got mauled by a dog and he had a stroke in the middle of it. You don't just think of like,
not a dog.
oh, so like that's a common thing when you get attacked by a tiger, you get a stroke.
I don't know the common things when you get attacked by a tiger.
I'm just
in
saying,
particular.
I don't know whether they're related. You guys are all acting like smarty pants over here.
So like someone gets in a car accident, they break their arm. Like, oh man, what a bad time to break their arm.
No, but
right
that's
after
like-
they got in a car
no,
accident.
but the accident broke their arm.
So you're saying basically the stroke happened like a bolt of lightning.
I'm
like
just saying.
as he's getting dragged off,
bad
lightning
luck.
came.
I have a crazy update to this story, which is that what they haven't determined is whether his stroke occurred before.
Of course, then
Or
you guys are all
after.
acting like,
Hold on,
when you
hold
get
on,
bit by a
hold on,
tiger,
hold
it's
on,
obvious.
hold
on, slow down.
Just relax.
I just love everyone. Like,
They're
thank you,
not
Taylor.
sure if he had the stroke before or after. While en route to the hospital, Horn stated, Manticore, the name of the cat, is a great cat. Make sure no harm comes to Manticore. And he told People magazine in September of 2004, so a year after, that he believes that Manticore actually saved his life by trying to drag him to safety after he had the stroke.
I'm buying
So
that.
smelled
I'm
it
buying
coming.
what that guy's
Whoa.
selling.
He's
Okay.
also a human being that lived with tigers and lions, so
Yeah.
not exactly.
I-
a full
I just
deck
think
of
everyone
cards
here
there.
needs to take a
We
good
owe
look in
Chris
the
an
mirror.
apology.
Dude, Magic
Everyone
Trick
here
with
needs
those
a
cards.
good look in the mirror.
It's the Oz all over again.
As if you could just like you guys were acting
So it's
like
more- it's more-
a common thing when you
okay.
get bit by a
Hold on.
lion. You
It's
have
more-
a stroke.
I think the point was like he may have had a brain injury that caused him to
Right.
have
So
a
it's
stroke.
more-
my
the
po-
assumption
And
on
my
the
point was we don't know that.
So it's more believable that the tiger lion. What do they
Well,
play?
a trained tiger. Look,
It's
these
more
animals
believable
have-
that this tiger knew
I
he
guess
was
ask
having
Ron
a
McGill next
stroke
week.
and just severed his
This is a great
spinal
question
cord
for
to
Ron
save
McGill.
So
him.
I love this.
So
theory.
hold on.
Make
so,
sure everybody remembers for McGill.
So this is
forgot
for
already.
Chris. So this is what's happening. Montecore is like, all right, here we go, guys. We do this every night, 3 times a night. We got this game face. Roy, Roy, no, Roy, hold on. I gotta get to the hospital, Roy. Come over here, Roy. Come.
And then the way, like Mrs. Doubtfire, help is on the way, dude. The lion comes over and
the tiger's like telling everybody, guys, Roy's having a stroke. But it sounds like this.
There are support dogs that will, if
This
you
is
have
what I'm saying,
epilepsy
yeah.
and they know that you're about to faint, they'll come to your rescue.
Manticore did
and they'll-
not know.
They'll help you like get safely to the ground and then get help for you. Like this is a thing that some animals are trained to do. I mean, we can't pretend to know the psychology of
Thank
these
you.
tigers.
Suey 2025, please. Amin Hassan as Manticore, the lion that mauled her. I thought I did a good job.
And you know what time it is? It's You Betcha. You
Listening to
Betcha.
Taylor.
What if
is
Harambe
sponsored.
was trying to save that kid?
Yeah.
He was.
He was.
And we killed Harambe for no
And
reason.
We did kill Harambe for no
Yeah.
reason.
And the kid was having a stroke.
What if? No way of knowing.
don't know.
You Betcha.
That was brought to you by.
You Betcha is sponsored by DraftKings. Stay tuned because you'll hear more about DraftKings and all it has to offer throughout the show. DraftKings, the crown is yours. We have a 3-team college football parlay. Tennessee.
Play of the year.
No, not a play of the year. Tennessee -8, neutral site against NC State. Love Tennessee's quarterback, maybe the best quarterback
Now
in
that
all college
quarterback I
football.
like.
App State, we're going to take a flyer on App State +17 against Clemson.
Like it.
Trap game.
Yes. And then Nebraska money line at home versus Colorado. We're fading Dion.
Ooh.
All three of those together, it's a +393 parlay.
Wow.
And that was You Betcha.
Yeah.
That's not how this goes. You're supposed to just pick Inter Miami. That's
Yeah.
every week. That's how this
yeah,
works.
yeah.
Yeah.
A winner every time.
Messi to score. Add that.
UCF, interesting.
Well, that'd be hard.
Jeremy has an update about Roy.
Roy died of COVID-19.
Wow.
I knew they
Crazy.
both didn't die because of tiger attacks. Like I knew
Well,
it
no,
was one of them,
I
and
mean,
then they stopped.
Siegfried,
No, that was the same one.
that was the
Neither
one.
of them died
The
of
one
tiger
that
attacks.
was attacked by the tiger.
So
ended
he
up dying
got
of
was
he
COVID.
got
only
attacked
one
by the
major.
tiger and had like major injuries, but still lived another 20 years.
Yeah.
He lived long enough to tell people that the tiger actually tried to
Look,
save his life.
I'm not saying I'm buying it. I'm just saying I don't know enough information
Thank
to
you.
judge either way. I
maybe
would like
let's-
more information.
Maybe we
Yeah.
say that next time before we jump down my throat.
And Manticore's like,
Too
yeah.
soon.
But you
yeah,
were
Chris.
doing a bit. And then it turned out that you just accidentally might have been right.
I wasn't doing a bit.
Oh, okay.
I
what
can't
it's
tell which
worth,
one makes you look smarter now.
The tiger trainer, Chris Lawrence, contradicted the story and said that the tiger just attacked him.
I mean, if I needed
That Horn mishandled
I'm
the
gonna go
situation.
if I
other
needed to
story.
feel better
Roy.
about my life choices and like my tiger, I would probably say what he said.
Yeah.
The duo dismissed his claim, saying, quote, he had problems with his life anyway.
He's trying
Huh.
he's trying to
Roy
protect
or the
business.
tiger?
I'm just saying,
trainer.
I see both sides. If I were Roy, I'd be like, you know what? The tiger was actually trying to save my life. Everyone that told me I was crazy all those years, you're the crazy ones.
Yep.
That tiger knew I was having a stroke. And if I were some other guy, I'd be like, that's insane. Like we said to Chris Cote.
Yeah.
So interesting.
I can't believe this all started with the fact that Taylor almost witnessed this.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
You could have told us. You could have been like, we could have been like, Taylor, did he have the appearance of a person
Yeah.
having a stroke?
Or maybe you would have known he was having a stroke and then Montecore
You
didn't
could
have to
have saved
step
him.
in. Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It also could be like a parallel universe where I'm not in this spot right now.
Wow.
Because
It
Like
changed you.
Deadpool.
Yeah.
Where would you be?
Never know. In the
NFL.
multiverse.
taming
Probably.
tigers.
Do you guys
NFL,
believe in
yes.
that?
LSU.
The idea that every decision you make
Tigers.
creates a parallel universe that then is being lived out. So, like,
Butterfly
there are
effect,
theories.
right?
Yeah, like essentially the butterfly effect.
Yo, I
Ashton
watched.
Kutcher.
I started
I
watching.
just watched that for the first time this weekend.
Dude,
I swear to
it's-
God.
it's a jarring movie.
It is.
I remembered it as, oh, it's a fun movie that they
Nope.
replay different parts in your life, and I'm like, I didn't remember the first half hour of that movie.
Uh-huh.
That first half hour is dark.
The first half hour, someone dies, right?
Someone dies.
Spoiler
There's
alert.
It is a-
child predator stuff. Like it is a
It is
heavy.
a truly dark movie.
It was like Final Destination style type
Yeah.
movie.
But I
like-
just remembered as a kid, like only like the fun stuff where they're like, oh, we're going back in time.
Ooh,
Like,
time travel.
That first half hour was like, I don't remember any of this.
It is
that
so
was Dude,
messed
Where's
up.
My Car that you were
Yeah.
thinking of.
It's funny because
You
that's
repressed
what
it.
the premise was, is that we decided we were gonna start, like, when we need to randomly watch like a movie or just fill some time with some sort of something we want to watch, that instead of just having to scroll through Netflix or pick anything else out, we're just gonna pick an actor or an actress and just go through whatever movies we like from them
You and
first and then
Ashton?
move on to the next one. So we wanted to watch The Butterfly Effect, so
You
we
guys started
started with
with A.
Ashton
You're like,
Kutcher.
we'll start with A.
Yeah,
Ashton.
you know what? Maybe I will make this an alphabet. I'll
Next
make a
one's
list.
B.
I'll put it alphabetical, and we'll go from there.
Is there a world in which Taylor becomes Hunter Renfro?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
Potentially. I got cut from my basketball team in 11th grade, and to fill that time in the winter, I started running track. And then my first track meet, I got offered a scholarship from North Carolina. Wow. So if I never got cut from the basketball team, I most likely never
Basically
go to
Michael
North Carolina.
Jordan.
Wait, and so then the football was just something that happened on the side?
Football, I never liked track, so I got there my freshman year and was just butting heads with the coach the entire time. So after
did that look like?
After butting heads.
Yeah, like-
well, he made me run the 800, and every time I ran the 800, I would throw up. And I was like, this race isn't for me. And he's like, I think you're going to be good at it. And I'm like, my body is physically rejecting.
Well, you're just out of shape.
Sometimes
I was
coach
not out
knows.
of shape.
That happens. You're just out of shape.
Threw up after the 800?
Yes, every time.
Does this
Soft.
coach have like a pedigree? Like, is this like a good? Like, he knows.
No,
talent?
he's not at Carolina anymore.
Okay.
He's fraud.
This is also interesting
Wow.
because
Oh,
I've
boy.
heard.
Wait,
Ever
what was your
since we
coach's
talked
name? I think
about-
my coach went to Carolina after he coached me at FIU.
Did he tell you to keep going?
What was your coach's name?
Coach Rubin.
That was my coach in track.
Shut
Billy,
up.
you're doing
That
a
was
thing.
my track
Billy's
coach.
doing a thing.
Steve Rubin.
No way! What? And
Parallel
What?
universe.
And
Did
Taylor,
you like him?
Carbonero.
Taylor
effect.
just ripped him.
This is crazy.
Holy
Best revelation.
Apparently, he thought Billy had it though. He didn't try to change his.
Where's Uzi at?
Wow.
You guys should
I
have
don't
said
know-
it at
I
the
don't know
same
how much
time.
he likes me, to
It
be
looks like
honest
he's
with
at
you.
Amherst College now.
Yeah.
Let's see if I can.
You don't go
find-
from Carolina to Amherst.
We should get him on
College
Mystery Crate next
if you know
week.
what you're doing.
Oh my God, Taylor. All right, head coaching career. Looks like 2000. What years were you in college, Billy? 2003 to 2007, head coach FIU.
Wow.
Pause up.
2012, 2017, head coach University of North
What
Carolina.
a small world.
Wow.
I used to throw
I
up in
can't
his
believe you were
practices
not
too.
bullshitting, Billy.
I used to throw up in his practices too, and I just thought I was out of shape. Same track coach. Look at us.
Birds of a feather.
But
That-
you're
this
looking
is crazy.
like, a
Guys.
coach should like. You're looking. You're like. What should he have said when you threw up?
But, also, real quick, mark this right now. Best revelation, 22 to 2025.
Yeah.
How do we not figure this out before,
This
guys?
is our backhoe, Taylor.
Yeah.
Oh my God, you're
Yes.
By the way,
the backhoe.
I had multiple people with no affiliation with the show text me and be like, "That can't be true."
I mean,
The
how could
backhoe
we
thing
make
with them.
that up? Like,
I
there's
don't
a
know.
It's such a
I'm
weird
not even-
lie, but
I'm
I'm
not
with them.
saying you're lying.
I
It's
know,
just
I'm
such a
just-
random thing that like I got multiple people being like, "Is that actually true?"
For the record, I agree that it's crazy because what baby is like backhoe.
And you guys
but
put
we
it in a
both
chat
were.
and like rised across the office at the
yes,
same time.
and there were
That's
witnesses.
hilarious.
That's why it's like we couldn't
That
have
is
made it
great.
up. Like people saw us, notice this at this. How is that not a Suey nominee, by the way?
It was Revelation.
Yeah, it was.
Oh,
where
I
we-
wasn't
it's where
here
we
that day.
heard
I'm
it.
sorry.
That's where we heard
I
it.
missed that day when we gave those nominations. Okay, you're right. You're right. You're right.
I don't know how it didn't win, honestly. It was Samson revealing that he cries after
Yes.
sex.
I mean, that
Yeah,
one
That's
is.
pretty good.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
shocking? Not as
I mean,
shocking.
definitely more humiliating.
But yes.
Wow, you and Billy, same coach. What a
This
bonding
is-
moment this is.
I don't normally talk about my track days. That's why we probably never knew about that.
Wait,
Same.
oddly enough, Jeremy and I had the same baseball coach.
Yeah, we did. We had the
But
same
we
high
knew
school
that.
baseball
we didn't
coach,
learn that
but we've
today.
known that
I just-
Wow.
It relates. So.
Do you guys go to the same
Stop
high
stealing
school?
our
Nope.
moment.
Yeah, sorry. I don't know why I got in there.
You guys were also in a
Jeez.
very
We lived
confined
around
area.
each
Look at
other.
me.
Yeah, within the
We're
same
talking
county.
about FIU, North Carolina.
Yeah, this
FIU
is,
in North
your guys
Carolina
is
is
way
crazy.
better. I came in with a far less interesting story, but it was just related. That's
Yes,
what I thought.
somewhat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A couple of the duos playing for the same coaches.
You know, maybe
Time to
there
go.
is like some sort of parallel timeline thing happening.
Maybe.
Because what are the odds in another universe we're all here together?
Are you the same age as Taylor? Because Billy and I are very
old are you?
close in age.
Me and Taylor are the same
30.
age, and he's 1 year. Jeremy's
Yeah, I'm
1 year
29.
younger.
Okay,
I'm young.
Jesus Christ.
Maybe there
now.
is something going on here because Billy and I are the same age. They're the same age.
Me and Amin in their 40s right now.
Wait, what if like we are living in the alternate timeline? This
That's
isn't
what
the
I'm
main
saying.
timeline. This
It's more likely our parents just all did it at the same time.
Yeah.
If we're gonna
Did
be honest.
they, do they synchronize?
Not mine.
You guys ready? All across the world. Let's go now.
Synchronized
1,
sex
2, 3, go.
is a funny visual.
Everyone, just think about it right now. Think about your parents.
Taylor, this is the moment that.
Stop.
No. These are the moments you're supposed to get in and direct us.
Yeah.
Take a different topic. I have whatever happened to driving around the block, Jess?
Guys, whatever happened to you make a wrong turn,
Uh-huh.
you're not sure exactly where you're going, but you know you got to go back the other way, and instead of just driving around the block, you decide to do a U-turn into oncoming traffic. I have had this
Three-point turn?
happen to me so many times. People do U-turns into my parking garage
Yeah.
once a day. Just go around the block. It's very simple. Whatever happened to that?
What about pulling into a stranger's driveway? How do we feel about that move?
A little 3-point turn
A
action.
little 3-point turn into the driveway, someone's driveway.
Or they have like a circle driveway.
Because at least that way I'm not like you can still drive by me. Where if you do it in the middle of the road, you're just like, okay, I'm making
Well,
this all about
I'm
me.
also trying to turn into my driveway.
Yeah.
And now there's a car turning into my driveway that wants to back out into me. So it doesn't really work. And instead, you could just go down the street, turn left again, turn left again.
Go around the block.
Go around the block.
Yeah.
Notice this happens to me a lot in Miami.
It does happen to me too. I have wondered why don't you just go an extra corner and just drive right back around? It's not a big deal. Or like the people that like will miss it and then they'll try to back up and it's like just go around the block.
Just go around the block.
You miss an exit on an expressway, just get off on the next exit.
Don't
back,
do a U-turn.
Get back on. Like don't go across 4 lanes. Just get off on the next one.
Yes,
Get back
Billy,
on. Come back.
That's
it's a
another
lot
one.
safer.
The people that cut across 4 lanes of
Crazy.
traffic at the last minute.
I mean, when's that next exit? Because
A mile.
I mean, a lot of these,
Mile
it's
and
like
a
a
half.
mile. Yeah, you're not like
We're not on
driving
the
to
toll road.
Orlando.
Although
Yeah.
we're at Notre Dame, if you're driving to Notre Dame from Chicago and you miss the Notre Dame exit, you're on the highway for another 15 miles before the next exit. It is going to set you back.
Yeah, you get into that space where you're trying to go past Yeehaw Junction. And
Oh, fuck Yeehaw Junction.
Yeehaw.
Yeah.
We can't talk about Yeehaw Junction again. I'm over that place. It does happen, though, in Florida. You're right. You get stuck on the turnpike, and the next exit is like Magic Kingdom.
No, you just got to do a U-turn through that grassy knoll situation.
Oh,
Enough
geez,
with grassy knolls.
Yeah,
Yeah.
jeez Louise.
Overrated.
Can I give you guys a topic? I don't know if Taylor wants to talk about something else.
that
We'll
last
talk about
transition
that.
was so smooth. I think we should let Taylor get
Yeah,
into it.
Taylor.
Yeah, we need to
You've
talk
got
about
control.
something.
No, Taylor, you go.
All right. Let me
I was going to update you on our WNBA fantasy league at work.
You could do that.
Well, here's the situation. I'm in the championship against Kugler, and
So Rose didn't make the championship.
No, she didn't.
She started the league so she could draft Caitlin Clark.
Just for that
and then
reason.
accidentally benched Caitlin Clark for the playoffs.
Correct.
And now is not in contention anymore.
That is so
Correct.
Rose.
Is that
been,
correct?
She's been eliminated, but she came to me privately because I told her, like, Rose, you're in the playoffs. What are you doing? You got to play. Oh, there's Rose. Rose, you got to play. You got to
Oh,
play
there we go.
Caitlin. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
You're gonna be eliminated from the playoffs. She's like, I'm in the playoffs. I'm like, Rose, come on, we got to pay attention. And then she felt this extreme amount of guilt that she cost Caitlin another championship, that she offered to trade Caitlin to
on in,
my
Rose.
team so that Caitlin could win a championship. And I'm very conflicted on whether I
You
should make
do
that
it.
trade or not.
You should make the trade. It's Kugler.
Rose, come
You
on
gotta
in.
beat Who does Kugler have on his team? By the way, Chris Cote, another thing you should have taken my advice for. You were asking about WNBA draft, and I said Nafisa Collier.
Yeah.
She's going to play
She
every
was my.
game.
She was the one that I was like, I'll call dibs on, but I haven't really checked my team a lot. If I'm being
Well,
honest.
you're welcome for the good tip. It's your fault you didn't listen to me, or maybe you did that time. I'm not
Rose, what are
sure.
your thoughts on all this? You got to mic yourself.
Hey, what was the question again? Sorry.
Oh, come on,
Just
man.
why'd you bench Caitlin Clark?
No, I didn't. Billy did it on purpose.
I mean, don't punch her in the face with
No,
the
it was,
microphone.
it was needed.
No. Billy did it on purpose because he was like,
Punch you in
oh,
the face with the
do you know that you were in the playoffs? And I'm like, no. Oh, yeah, a week ago. I'm like, buddy, you should have told me like a week ago. So he just decided
Classic
to-
Rose.
Aren't you the commissioner?
Roy, that is not point.
That's neither here or there. Okay.
That is not on the point. But so I told him to take Caitlin.
How do you feel about U-turns, Rose?
U-turn?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you had any driving adventures lately?
Not since the drive from Calgary to Edmonton.
No. My drive to Key West, I was stopped by the cops, but I told them my story, and they were like,
Wait,
"Oh."
was this when you didn't have your wallet?
Yeah.
Oh, gosh.
Oh no.
And what happened?
So when I told them, when I told the police, hey, I don't have my license with me because, well, my wallet was thrown in the dumpster, and I'm gonna go find it and everything.
The audience is not familiar with this story.
It's such a random story that the cops like, all right.
Here's just a quick Rose, and correct me if I'm wrong. For the audience that doesn't know the story, because why would you, unless you know Rose? Rose was at a fishing and barbecue tournament with Jess and Roy. It was starting to rain, so Rose decided that
Roy
she
didn't
was,
do anything, dude.
she was going
He
to
just
store
cooked.
her bag with all of the equipment in a garbage bag so it wouldn't get wet.
Be responsible.
Lo and behold,
Wait,
lo and
Rose,
behold,
what happened after that?
Lo and behold, after Jess warned her that it was going to get picked up as garbage since it was at a,
Wasn't there a sign on
street
it?
festival of sorts and it was garbage bag, they sure enough picked up her bag and threw it away in the trash because it was in a garbage bag. Rose left and then I guess at some point realized she didn't have her bag, then had to go back and they had to go through a trash compactor to find the garbage bag that had her stuff and her equipment in it, and somehow, in some miracle, only one piece of equipment got damaged after it went through the trash compactor, and she was able to get her stuff back.
Can we add one more thing, which is that it was thrown away with bags full of raw meat from the barbecue contest. Just like raw meat and animal drippings and fat and cuttings.
Oh.
And like sauces and like the dead ends of vegetables. What else, Rose? What else was on your bag?
Yeah, when they gave it to me, it was dripping blood and
meat
everything.
juice.
It was dripping blood, the bag?
Yeah, because it was meat juice and everything.
Meat juice.
It's blood, bro.
So you got pulled over and you told the cop about your situation and he believed you.
And he was like, I'm just going to give you a warning, but if you can slow down. I'm like, yes, I'm
How
so
fast were you
sorry."
driving?
I was 45 and in a 35 though.
To Americas, am I right, Roy?
Yeah, 10 miles per hour, they'll get you for that.
Bro, no. The
45 and a 35?
Yeah.
Oh.
The thing is, this is my
fast,
theory.
but-
My theory is that because in Key West there's nothing happening, they're bored. So
Exactly.
the only thing they
Especially
do.
this time of year. They were getting ready for Jimmy Buffett's
Only thing they do,
anniversary
go on. What do they do?
party of his death.
is to stop people.
All right, thank you, Rose.
You've been dismissed.
All right. You can see you on the hockey show sometime in
Yeah.
the future.
Amin's listening.
Do you want me to go through my topics list and pick
Yeah.
something
What else you got?
Have you ever met somebody out and apologized for Dan or something that this show did? Because I'll buy time for you. I went to Texas A&M this weekend with Lucy, and I saw Reese Davis out on the sideline and was talking to him. And when I saw Reese Davis, I said, hey, I just want to apologize for Dan. You're a lot more than a traffic cop, and it embarrassed me.
But why
he
would
say?
you bring
Volunteered
that
that?
up?
Why would
That's
you
You volunteered
not
that.
Cool.
Well, I said, hey, I'm from the Dan Le Batard Show, and he said, I love those guys. So then I said,
Okay.
hey, you're a lot more than a traffic
No,
cop.
look, Taylor
Wow.
texted me this and sent me videos of this and was like, he loved it.
Yes, he did.
Taylor's perception is that Reese loved this. And in the video, Reese is just playing the game. Like, you could have said anything to him
you
there.
were videoing him while you were talking to him?
Rose was.
He just gave you the standard, like, aha, nice, man. Like, you could have told him, like, I broke into your car before I came into the stadium. And he would have been like, aha,
To
my
answer
man.
your question, Taylor, yes. I won't say who it was, but it was a family member of someone that Dan has a very contentious relationship with, who I met, found out where I worked, and there was like an awkward just 10-second pause, and then I was like, yeah, sorry, I didn't work there when all that stuff happened. But anyways, like, cool to meet you.
Was it Brawny?
No, it wasn't Bronny.
I love Dan, but Reese Davis.
Oh, no, he's a legend.
Reese Davis would be my guy.
Yeah.
I also had a similar moment, actually, with...
Did you just, like,
What is
say
that?
that you would choose Reese over Dan?
What does that mean? He would be my guy.
I also had a similar moment
Okay.
when David Sampson was in Miami. He asked, hey, Taylor, do you want to go to this Heat game?
Oh, yeah, you
and I
went with
said,
Pablo and-
Pablo, me, Juju, and
Yeah.
Sampson. And I said, I'll gladly take the ticket, but first, I just have to preface this. I'm a Jeter guy. Like, if Derek Jeter ever came to this studio and was like, hey, you have to choose a side, me or Sampson, I'm a Jeter guy.
And
I don't think you have to preface it with
And
that.
was
Yeah,
Sam-
you don't have to bring it up.
Was
at
Samson
all.
like, I'll still go to the game with you?
I think
despite
Sampson
this?
was appreciative that at least I was forthcoming.
You were honest.
That I'm a Jeter guy.
I don't
But
think,
you don't have to be.
Yeah, I don't think anyone walks around the earth wondering if someone's a Jeter guy or not.
As if Samson's walking around like, man, I like this kid, but I hope he's not a Jeter.
How does he feel
Yeah.
about Derek Jeter?
If it came out later, like, oh, this guy would pick Derek Jeter over me, but I invited him to a game. Samson.
No,
would
I think
probably
it's good to
a
be
little
up
hurt.
front.
Yes.
I think I'm with Taylor on this one. Got to be up. Billy, why are you shaking your
You
head?
do not need
gotta
to
be
go up and
front.
say something like
Yes,
that.
you
Like
do.
this person that you dislike, I'm really big
You don't
fan
want
of
that.
theirs.
If things get serious, you don't want to have to wait and then they find out later, and then it feels like a betrayal.
In what world? What is the scenario in this world that's going to come up that then David Sampson gets mad at you for being a fan of Derek Jeter over?
If in this hypothetical situation, Samson walks into a room and he's about to fight Derek Jeter, and he's like, Taylor,
At the Heat game tonight,
yes, and Taylor is behind me.
you
on
played
my
out
side.
in your head, that Derek Jeter is going to be at this Heat game. David Sampson's going to walk in and he's
With
immediately
me.
going to say, "It's time to fight." Taylor, you with me?
And
And
then-
then you're going to say no, and you're going to punch David Sampson because
He's
you're
gonna
a Jeter
he's
guy.
gonna look behind him and be like, "Where's Taylor?" And then he's gonna look back and be like, "Oh, now Taylor's standing behind Derek Jeter." At least I was forthcoming in saying like, "Hey, if this ever happens,
This is crazy logic.
I'm going to be on that side."
Okay.
Or like in a situation where a photographer comes in and they're going to take a picture of you with Samson, and they're going to say, hey, by the way, we send all of the pictures of people with David Sampson to Derek Jeter so he knows who's on his side or not.
Yeah,
you can say
that makes more
You can
sense.
say, I'm going to step out. I don't want to be in this photo, but go ahead.
Yes.
You don't want, and if in that
Derek
case, Samson
Jeter just
already
hires
knows.
a photographer to take pictures with
people
Samson to
that
know
sit in his
who's on his
box.
side.
Or if somehow I ever meet Derek Jeter and Derek Jeter is like, hey, weren't you at the basketball game with Samson? I could preface it by saying like, yes, but I told Samson
Exactly,
beforehand.
yes.
I'm a Jeter guy.
Yeah, bring that up to me. Actually.
I think you've got this thing figured out.
Yeah.
I apologize. I'm wrong. You handled this the right way.
I think you handled it the right way.
Yeah.
And you know what? I bet Reese loved that. I bet Reese was like, hey, thank you. I'm not just a traffic cop. I have my own opinions. I have my own dreams. I don't live here just to tell Kirk Herbstreit when it's his turn or Dez when it's his turn. I'm Reese, goddammit. I call games too.
Yeah.
Can I ask you guys a question, behind the bit of sorts?
Oh, okay.
Taylor, and I feel like you're the answer is going to be it was you. That Ted Cruz video with Lucy, was that you? You were the cameraman? Like
Filming it, yes.
how did that play out? Did he do a walk past before so you knew that was coming and you timed it perfectly, or it was just a coincidence that you were filming, then you catch him and then you turn to Lucy?
We saw him on the sideline. So we were on the Notre Dame sideline, and we could see him walking behind the benches because there was like a mob of people, a mob of security with him. And as he was walking, me and Lucy kind of looked at each other at the same time. Was like, let's record this. I didn't know what she was going to do when I panned to her. So great improv
I
skills
texted
by
you.
Lucy.
I was like, hey, dude, no one's talking about you. You're the guy that shot that thing.
It was good camera work for sure.
Yeah.
I didn't realize how that went viral until you texted me the screenshot from the Newsweek article that was like, we reached out to Senator Cruz and Lucy Rodin for comment and have not heard back.
Wow.
The Jimmy Kimmel Show reached out, I'm pretty sure, asking for permission from the video.
Oh,
And
wow.
Say yes?
Well, they asked Lucy for permission
But
from
you
the
took the
video.
video. It's your video.
Yeah, Lucy called me and was like, hey, the Jimmy Kimmel Show might reach out to you. I was like, just tell them they don't need my
Did you play
permission.
hardball? Be like, $300
Negotiate.
bucks.
No, I wouldn't even know where to set that bar.
What would you just float that out there?
Yeah.
Hey, we're willing to pay you.
Interview
What do you
me on
ask?
the show.
No, no, don't do that.
Why not?
Fly me out. Let me.
Start talking about his
Just
Derek
go to one
Jeter
show.
story
Yeah.
again.
Wait,
I'm
would you
ever
go
in
on?
LA.
Would you go on Jimmy Fallon and be like, "Hey, I just want you to know I'm a Kimmel guy"? And
Yeah.
this comes up
What would you tell Kimmel if Kimmel books you? What like revelation do you have to tell Jimmy Kimmel right away?
I wouldn't pick a side in the late night talk show
Really?
beef.
Oh
Okay.
God! Well, you would be terrible on the Dan Le
yeah.
Batard Show then, because
I'm
gotta
very
make a take on that.
very defiant on my Derek Jeter. Like, you grow up in New York, you grow up wanting to be Derek Jeter.
unless
when
you're a
playing
Mets
baseball.
fan,
Yeah.
All right. So how would we grade Taylor's
you just
performance
make a
today?
fart noise.
That's a good question.
That is a really good
I'd
question.
give him
You know what? The Sigmund and Roy.
Yeah, brought it.
That was
Before
pretty-
that, we were
wait,
looking at it. Yeah.
Siegfried and Roy.
Siegfried and Roy. Before that, we were looking at like a C+. I'm gonna bump him up to like a B.
That was a really solid revelation that you
Yeah.
almost saw someone get mauled by a tiger.
Yeah.
And we had the revelation of the
Yeah.
coach.
Yeah.
They're the same
I'm gonna
coach.
have to give it an A+ for mystery
had-
crate.
Wow.
We had an Amin great limited fake
Wow.
of the tiger.
So you're taking credit for that too? Okay, good.
I mean, it was from his revelation.
We had
from
a
his
Jess
topic.
doing a fake Taylor, which we wouldn't have done. A Taylor.
Yep.
Not
Also,
been
me
here.
talking about driving around the corner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably the best topic of the day.
I think you're the MVP of this episode, Taylor. And I don't think we need Mike Fuentes back.
Yeah.
I wasn't going to say that, but there is the case, as you all are familiar with, famous Yankee story.
Right.
Wally Pipp. Wally Pipp came to the ballpark one day, had a headache. The guy that replaced him, Lou Gehrig.
Yeah.
Wow.
I was
Never-
hoping
never
you were going
played
to tell us
again.
another Yankee story that was not Wally Pipp, if I'm going to be 100% honest with you.
Okay.
The
Goodbye.
only one I had in my bag.
We still have 2 minutes, Roy.
We got 2 minutes left.
Yeah.
This week on DNF, Spencer and I had an interview with
sake,
Banners
man.
from the Miss Apex podcast. Check it out. We talked about this very exciting Formula One season. Max Verstappen may not be your champion at the end of the year. Things are getting spicy. So check that out. You'll enjoy it. Also, check out Gen CFB, standalone on YouTube, also part of Wednesday's show this week. Lucy and I played All Bias Aside. We ranked some hot takes. I need Lucy to make some hotter takes next week. That's what I'm hoping to get out of her. She's like, it's week one. I don't want to overreact. I'm going to say, girl,
Yeah.
that's what we do here. That's the whole name of the game. All bias aside, I need Lucy to give me some hotter takes.
Greg Cote Show. We are finishing the Father-Son Olympics this week, so stay tuned.
What is the event?
I'm not sure yet.
Oh.
No, because Miami this week, Billy is actually out there promoting his new documentary with Rachel Maddow, and the hockey show is today as well.
We're back from Kansas City. What a game, huh? God
Yeah.
bless
Great
football.
game.
Oh,
Spectacular.
kickoff, incredible.
believe that.
Thank you for taking a 5 a.m. direct flight back from
Yeah.
Kansas City, so you could be here in Miami to do Mystery Crate
All
today.
for you, all for my fans.
Yeah.
You
Our
know what?
fans.
Billy's the MVP.
Yeah.
Sorry, Taylor.
No,
sorry.
I did it because of Taylor.
Yeah.
So
Can I say
Taylor
it now?
motivated me, so Taylor's the MVP.
But you came back in time, but Fuentes stayed.
Yeah, well, some people are more committed to this show than others.
Yep.
Can I say it now?
Yeah.
Okay, goodbye.